Hello, I'm Nate the Effing Great, and what did I just watch? Now, I'd like to say in advance, you guys, apologize for not being as active as I usually am. Just been going through a lot this week that I'll get into during the show. And throughout the show, I might be taking just a couple breaks every now and then. You might hear like a little brief pause here and there. Just getting some liquids into my throat because it's still not quite at 100% right now. And just told, just get fluids through, fruits, everything like that. So I do apologize for that. We're going to kick off the show actually with a song that is bright, it is cheerful, it is catchy, and it could also be a bit annoying. So, sorry, not sorry. I know that there's going to be some people that are going to hate me and some people that are going to loathe me after hearing this song. So, stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back.
Now some of you might be wondering, how exactly does one beep beep like a sheep? Take it away, Gabe!
Throw your hands up, then point them to the floor. Here's what to do, now get down on all fours. Just bounce around, it's easy for me. Go crazy now, when beep beep like a sheep.
So, you know how to beep beep like a sheep, I see. But, is that all you can do?
Throw your hands up and point them to the sky. Drop to the floor and move from side to side. Just bounce around, come on, I'll show you how. Go crazy now, down there like a cow.
Yeah, that was Beep Beep, I'm a Sheep, featuring Tomska and Black Griffin. And welcome, guys, again to another edition of What Did I Just Watch, where I take a few movies that I watched throughout the previous week, and I give them my reviews by giving them a star rating, from half of a star being one of the worst to a 5-star rating, which I've only given probably 2 movies so far. So, unfortunately, there's not going to be another 5-star rating throughout this episode, so sorry, but there will be another movie that I know will get a 5-star rating in this year. This week is more movies that I've actually seen on Netflix, as well as a couple movies I think I saw just randomly. No, they were all Netflix. What am I saying? So let's just get right into it. Starting off with probably the worst movie this week that earns a 0.5-star rating. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning. So this is basically the 5th or 6th installment in the series in which they decide, hey, let's just go back to where it all began, because I'm sure so many people are very interested in seeing what the Leatherface character came from. So basically, to put it plain and simple, this movie has his birth, in which he was born in a slaughterhouse. He was dumped in a dumpster. Yes, he was a dumpster baby. Picked up by some 2 local nut jobs, really. Worked in the slaughterhouse until they closed. And then he killed both of the employers. And then he kind of went on a little bit of a rampage, sort of. He was still controlled by his parents, but he still had kind of a mind of his own, really. This movie was just bad. The characters were just like I could give two bits of a rat's ass about. There was no point in this movie really being made other than the fact of finding out that, Leatherface goes by the name of Tommy, which is probably one of the most least threatening names I could ever hear for a serial killer. When's the last time you heard of, Tommy's attacking, Tommy's on the loose, Tommy did this, Tommy did that? I'm sorry, just the name of Tommy just doesn't strike fear into the hearts of men, really. And the way that they presented it with this movie just did no justice to it at all. The only part that I think was kind of cool was the point where Leatherface removed one of his victims' faces and then tried it on. I thought that actually worked out pretty well, and that kind of helped give an idea of where he got the name Leatherface from, why he started, taking faces off and blah, blah. But all in all, it looked like a demented mankind or something like that. The original mask just looked like complete and utter horse shit. It just, I'm not feeling the best, and I still feel the pain of watching that movie. It was just bad. So, thankfully, don't have to worry about that movie ever again, because I am not going to watch it. It's just bad. I would not recommend any horror movie fanatic to watch it at all. Moving on to another movie that I thought was actually pretty decent, to say the least, that being Coraline. Coraline stars the story about a girl who moves into a new apartment complex and wants to get away from her life of just not being appreciated, just dealing with weirdos and stuff like that. And she finds a mystical, magical land in which her parents love her and cherish her, and nobody's really weird. It's just an exciting adventure, but there's a little more of a deeper, darker, twisted deal behind it. And it really gets you roped into the plot line. It's just really good. They kind of talk about some people in the past who have dealt with this other world. It's really actually crazy. And the creepy part about it is that the people in the other world always have buttons for eyes, which really stands out and makes you think, oh wow, this is going to be a creepy world. This is going to be a creepy movie, isn't it? And it was for most parts. But all in all, this is a very well done movie. Practical. I could say kids could probably see it. But it's more, I think, for the adult genre for the most part. But again, it's not like horrible. So it's pretty average, 3 stars really. It's not like, very heart-pounding or anything like that. But it's still pretty good. Next movie, Skip Trace. Jeez Louise, I was actually very impressed with this movie, Skip Trace. It was a interesting crime movie starring Jackie Chan trying to find out who is the head leader, which is known as the Matador, because he was the one who killed his partner, and he's trying to find redemption. It's just kind of one of those personal cases. Jackie Chan also co-stars with Johnny Knoxville, which is kind of a surprise for me because I, in all honesty, didn't think that Johnny Knoxville could pull off a serious role, because a lot of people know he's done Dukes of Hazzard, the Jackass movies, The Ringer. He's a little bit more of a comedy guy, and he shows a little bit of comedy sides here. But with this movie, he does show a bit more of a serious side to it. His character is definitely a little bit more of a slimy, sneaky, pencil-necked con man, but you also really find out a little bit about his past, and you kind of see the genuine feeling that Johnny Knoxville has portraying this character. It's very well done. I really enjoyed it. I thought that the fight scenes were good. I thought that Knoxville provided enough comedy spots for this movie. All in all, it wasn't a horrible movie at all. It was really good, very enjoyable. And the fact of the matter is, it also features former wrestling champion Eve Torres, who, by God, she looked amazing in this movie. She was playing almost like a Russian Terminator, as Johnny Knoxville called her. Very, very well done. She did an amazing job in her role. She did an amazing job with stunts and doing fight scenes with Jackie Chan. It was awesome. And by God, they actually made a boob joke at the beginning parts of this movie where Jackie Chan slips through a couple bars. Eve tries to do the same thing, but unfortunately she could not make it through. And Jackie Chan makes a comment. He just says, D? She smacks him and says, double D. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome. That is actually pretty awesome. They make a boob joke in the middle of a fight scene. How many times did you get to see that? All in all, this was a 4-star rated movie. It was really good. I really did love it. I would recommend anybody to watch it because it has enough action and comedy to it that really makes it very interesting. Alright, we move on from that to Tropic Thunder. This was a very good comedy movie. I love watching it. The fact is that this movie stars, just them recreating some war history, I guess you could say, and just making it into a full-length movie. At first it's like, no, they're not getting along. Then they decided, hey, let's just put them out there in the middle of the war zone, and let's see how they react to that. And in all honesty, it's got a little too real for them, that's for sure. And then they have to realize, well, now we have to really go to war with these flaming dragon, that's right. Just really very well done. I thought the character development for a lot of these characters were very, very good. I have to definitely say, I have to see here. Some of the names I definitely want to mention on here. Tug Speedman, Ben Stiller, Jack Black, Robert Downey Jr., Steve Coogan. I'm trying to remember who was the. I'm trying to remember the. Oh no, wait, Steve Coogan. That wasn't what I was thinking about. Jay Baruchel, I think his name is. Trying to think here. Brandon T. Jackson. Oh man, he is just funny. He is very, very funny. Matthew McConaughey, oh my gosh, he plays basically Speedman's extremely devoted agent and best friend. Very well done. He just does so amazing. Trying to think if there's anybody else that was really mentioning here. Oh gosh, I mean, some of the celebrities that were even in this movie, Tobey Maguire, Tyra Banks, Maria Menounos, Martin Lawrence, Jason Bateman, Lance Bass, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Alicia Silverstone, John Voight, Kristen Taylor, just to name a few. Holy cow. This movie is just great. And the fact that they have so many of these stars in this movie definitely shows you the amount of commitment and the amount of just greatness that was in this movie. It's a great comedy movie. Everybody provides something to it. Just great. So another 4-star movie. Just flat out amazing. Oh my gosh, this movie was it's funny. It's action filled. There's even some parts where you get a little bit emotional, but all in all, I loved this movie so much. Moving on from that to the final movie, that being, how do I even describe this better than just by its name? The Iron Giant. Not a comedy movie, cartoon basic movie, basically talking about a robot coming to Earth, and then he's befriended by a little kid named Hogarth, who basically not only befriends him, but also tries to hide him from a secret government facility who basically want to destroy him. Oh my gosh, the movie here was just very well done. The fact of the matter is there was enough comedy, there was enough warm-hearted moments, parts where you just felt like, oh man, this is great. There was even adult humor in here. By God, they even had a part where Dean, one of the lead guys, he had a squirrel up his pants, and then he gets up, he says, I apologize to everybody for this, turns around, unzips his front drawer, and the squirrel just pops out of his crotch. That was awesome. I thought to myself, good God, I can't believe they actually get away with that with a kids movie. But now, looking back, it's not entirely a kids movie. Jeez Louise, this was just so well done. I loved every single bit about it. And the ending, where the Iron Giant goes to defend against the missile, and it basically looked like he's destroyed, and then Hogarth gets a part of him, and that part just, flies away towards a frozen tundra where the rest of the Iron Giant